Hello, this is Ankit Reddy. Welcome to the .NET course from educators.com, world's best online training tutorial for the leading technologies. In this video, we'll discuss on controls of this ASP.NET like text box and drop-down list and checkbox controls. Before that, let me recap it what we discussed in the previous session. We have discussed about what is a web application, what are the advantages, and how web applications work. I've shown that how to create a web application. Let me recap it. ASP.NET is a web application framework developed by Microsoft to build dynamic data-driven web applications. ASP.NET is a subset of .NET framework. Again, a framework is a collection of classes. ASP.NET is a successor to the classic ASP. Before we have got this ASP.NET, we were having ASP applications. That means active server pages. With many enhancements, we have get ActiveX server pages, that is called ASP.NET. Then we can build a web application by using PHP, Java, Ruby and Rails along with ASP.NET. A web application is an application that is accessed by users using a web browser. With the .NET framework, we can develop three types of applications majorly. One is console, Windows and web application. Web application installed only on a web server, then we can access it from our web browser. Web browser examples are Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Netscape Navigator. Now let us move to this text box control demo. Let me show you again that how to create an ASP.NET application. For that, let me go to this Visual Studio, right click on it and click on this Visual Studio 2012 File, New Project. It will take some time. Make sure that left hand side is web is selected and here it is ASP.NET web empty web application is selected. Then here you can give whatever name you want. ASP controls I am giving and click on OK. Now the application will get created. Go to the Solution Explorer, then let me add a web page to this solution. Right click on ASP controls. This is our project name or application name. Then I have chosen add a new item. After clicking on this new item, you'll be getting a pop-up box. Again is like this, a window. Here you choose this web form. Here I am taking text box demo. Click on add. Once you click on add, you'll be getting like this. Each page will be having two things most important. One is design page, another one is coding page. This is called server side coding and this is called client side coding. Whatever we are seeing this HTML. And again the client side page will be having two mode. One is source mode, other one is design mode. Design mode or source mode, both are same for the designing. We can drag and drop controls from the toolbox either to a source mode to this page or else design mode. If you don't find this toolbox, go to the view, then search for toolbox. You can get it. And then you can see these buttons, auto hide. If you click on this, it will get auto hide. If you wanted to make it is fixed, you just click on this again so that it will get fixed. Wherever you click, it won't go away. If you wanted to make it as auto hide like this, you need to change this pin. Now you can add whatever you want from the toolbox to the design page so that you can see on a page whenever you execute that. For this, let me take text box and drag and drop here. Once you drag and drop here, go to the source mode and you can see the code is written by default. We have not written any single line of code for this. This is created by our Visual Studio. Here it is server side coding. You need to type whatever you wanted to do from the server side coding. Here this text box demo .aspx is for designing purpose and this is for server side coding purpose. This you can see on a web browser. This can be behind the scenes, whatever you are writing, logic, a business logic. Now this is a text box. I told you that in a web application, three things are most important. One is Solution Explorer window. Again, if you don't find this, you can get it from the view. Solution Explorer. This is the one. Next thing is Toolbox. The third thing is Properties window. We wanted to see properties of this text box. Just right click on it, choose Properties. You can see this. Whatever the control you added to this web page, the first and foremost thing you need to remember that please change this ID, and we will be following some conventions for this naming of IDs. This is called naming convention. For a text box, we will be having a prefix with txt, and the name of the text box according to your usage. Suppose if it is a username, you can give username. If it is a password, you can give a password. Here I am giving text txt name. Then let us see that important properties of a text box control. Here we have text box. Let me execute this. You will see that what we can see on a web browser. I have Chrome as a default web browser in my machine, so it is displaying in a Google Chrome. This is a text box. Whatever you type here, it will be taking. It will be typing here immediately. So let me see that different properties of this text box. The first property is text mode property. By default, it will be single line. Now, if you change it to password, what will happen? Now, run it again. Earlier time, we were able to see whatever we typed in this text box. Now you see, whatever you type, you cannot see. This is what the password field will not be displaying a password characters to anybody, even the user also. It will be looking like this. All stars will be there. Whatever key press you give, that will become star. Now let us see that other properties. We have seen text mode property. Now other mode property is there, multi-line. See this. When I set this multi-line, it got changed. Now save it, then run it again. If I kept text mode property as multi-line, we are seeing like this. Suppose if you type, see here, as you type it is having drop down like this. If you have many lines, then you can see this drop down many things. So we'll be using this text mode property is equal to multi-line whenever you are expecting some description from the end user. You wanted to type more data on that, then we'll be going through with text mode property is equal to multi-line. Let me change it to single line again, so it won't be that more than that multi-line. Now after that we have max length property. Somewhere else, max length. Let me give 5 characters. Then let me execute. What will happen? If I give max length as 5, let it load. See, after that it is not taking. What after that? After 5 characters. You type 5, then it will not take anything after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is because I have made it as max length is equal to 5. Understand? Then we can set it as a read only. By default it is false. If you make it as true, you cannot enter anything on that text box. Now let us see. See, we cannot enter anything. Earlier time we can enter. After this I made this text box as a read only, so we cannot enter anything. Then we can have a tooltip. Please enter your name. Then let me change it read only to false. Let me execute it again. It was read only, we cannot enter. Now I change it to read only, true. If you mouse over there, you can see this. Please enter your name. This is called a tooltip. In a text box, you can make like this, a tooltip. So these are the properties of a text box that we can use in a applications. In the previous session, we have seen a label. Label is for to display some messages on the web browser. A text box is there to get input from the user. Suppose you wanted to log into a social networking website, then you will be typing your username and password. How we are typing, where we are typing is in a text box control. This is how we'll be seeing this text box controls. Let me go to this. Text box control is there to get input from the user. We have seen some properties with this text box. Hope you understand this. Let us see drop down list control in a next video session. Thank you for watching.